Alright guys, this is going to be my last video. The other night, or yesterday, I came out here and I made a video. And I didn't share it. Because it's to the point where I'm feeling like I've never felt before. And I know why I couldn't share this video. Because one, I'm not free. And I know that there's people on my friends list that are here out to get me. Just simply because I'm a constitutional believing, freedom loving American. Everything that I said yesterday in that video is justified. All of it. But in seeing the reaction after what happened to 5 of our Marines on our soil the other day, I only saw a handful of people, some not even on my friends list, say what needed to be said. What happened the other day, you know, they keep making excuses for this person. They keep making excuses for Islam. They keep making excuses for the Quran. They keep making excuses. They keep aiding the enemy. They give them shelter. They give them aid. They open the door for them. They let them in here. And then when they go out and they attack our people, they make excuses for them. What happened the other day was an act of war. Those weren't just Marines that they killed. Those were Americans. That was an act of war. And it's not just that. I see more coverage. I see more sympathy for an animal than I do human life. This week I sat back and I listened and watched as a person admitted, with no conscience at all, no apathy, while they sat back and ate their salad and drank their wine like Hannibal Lecter, explaining how she crushes human beings who do not have the mental capacity, who do not have the strength to fight back. And she describes how she crushes their little bodies and takes their lungs and their heart and their lower extremities and makes profit off of it. I sat back yesterday after coming out here and making that video and not sharing it, to sit down and try to let my mind have a break. So I got on World of Warcraft. Anybody that knows it plays that, they talk about all different kinds of political things, social issues, whatever. And there's an understanding that you're going to have people with different beliefs playing this game. I sat back and I witnessed somebody openly admit with pleasure and pride, where millions of people could see it, in big capital letters saying how they love abortion, how they just love killing babies, human beings who cannot defend themselves, how they just love it. Now, there are those out there who believe that abortion's necessary for health and all this stuff, and they come up with these excuses as to why they do it. But there are people now, because of political correctness, who are standing up with pride, saying how proud they are, and how happy they are, and how they love to go in and open their legs and let this scum crush and sell the parts of their babies. And these are the type of people that are running our country. I had to sit there and witness our president, who says that's his house, this is his country, that he's got a pen and a phone, and that he's going to violate the Constitution, and he's going to do what he wants to this country. An hour before we found out about our Marines being murdered, how he was wishing Muslims a happy Ramadan, end of Ramadan. But I'm quitting. I'm not quitting America. I'm not quitting being a patriot. I'm giving up on Facebook because I'm not seeing what I thought was here. I'm seeing people sit around talking about Christianity. I'm sitting here watching the people that are supposed to be heathens talking about universal heathenism versus focused heathenism. As if any of that matters. It doesn't. You want to know why it doesn't? Because we can sit back and we can talk about the difference between good and evil. We can talk about Jesus. We can talk about Odin and the gods. But to be completely honest with you, when it comes to heathens, with our ancestors, there were no universal heathens. You're heathen or you're not. They would not stand there and allow for someone to come in and dishonor their ancestors, or burn their flags, or kill 5 of their men in their own land. Every single one of them, if they would have came out and killed 4, they would have went out and took out 40. There is no such thing as universal heathenism. And I don't care how much of a modern age it is. You're either a fucking heathen or you're not. And I just witnessed the other day one of my friends on here, who's a retired Marine. Well, you're not really retired if you're a Marine. He's a Marine, okay? Who happens to be a pagan, who happens to be a heathen, who described what a heathen is. Very simply. Especially with a heathen male. Heathens are warriors. Heathens defend honor. Heathens stand up for their ancestors. They don't sit back and make excuses for the dishonor of them. But all I keep hearing from the Christians is, let's pray about it. How's that working out for you? That act of war just happened, and we're sitting back and listening to the radio. We're listening to Fox News, and that keeps playing over and over into my mind. Seeing our Marines on our soil laying dead on the ground in front of their base in a recruitment place. I'm not seeing the people. I know I at least have 1,000 friends on here standing up and making a video saying, not on our soil. They sit and they talk about racism and how they're going to take our flags down, how they're going to smash Mount Rushmore, they're going to get rid of all of our history. And they're given a platform on the media to do it. And this motherfucker from ISIS decided he was going to come in and kill 5 of our people. Not just Marines, but Americans. And declare war on our soil. And there's still people sitting back talking about fucking voting. There's Christians that sit around talking about how, well, they shouldn't have abortions. We shouldn't allow it. We shouldn't do this, and it's not right, and it's evil, and we need to pray about it, and all this. And they sit back and they think they let a law stand between them and their beliefs. Heathens do the same thing. That woman's not sitting in jail right now. She still has her job. They're still sitting on the media making excuses for what happened the other day. But you know what? The next picture you're going to see is them laying the American flag over the top of these caskets as they're lowering them into the ground because we didn't stand up. When they said we're not going to arm our Marines, when they said we're coming for your guns, when they stand there on the media because they think it's trendy saying how they love to kill babies, while we sit there and we listen to them talk about how parents do not have the consent anymore that their 15-year-old son or daughter can go get a sex change paid by the state, we sit back and we didn't do anything. We sit here as heathens and we talk about the difference between universal heathenism and focused heathenism. Sorry. Our ancestors weren't afraid of death. They did more things, yes. They had art. They had poetry. They had all these things. They had stories. But you know what? There's no honor in this country anymore. There's no honor in this world anymore. But our ancestors wouldn't have put up with what's fucking going on right now. So even in our own face, there's political correctness. So it's to the point where it's so bad, the true Americans, the true heathens, or the true Christian, or whatever has to sit back and wait for shit to hit the fan before they can unleash their fucking justice. Because the rest of you fucking idiots want to sit back and negotiate with evil. You want to sit back and watch them take down our American flag, our Confederate flag. You want to sit there and watch them dig up our ancestors out of the ground and hang them. You want to sit back and listen to a woman who sits there with no emotion on her face talking about how she loves just crushing babies and sealing their hearts and their lungs. And then you want to sit there and listen to them tell you that people like me are bad. People like me are evil. America's bad. Americans are bad. When we're the first motherfuckers who want to go out and just fucking have justice be done. But when I sit there and I watch 5 of our Marines and I see footage of them laying on the ground in their own fucking land and nobody except for a handful on my Facebook gets on there and says, "Not in our land, you don't." The only heathen I saw speak up on here, which is a real fucking heathen, was Bubba Wolf. He's not just a heathen, he's a fucking Marine. He knows what it is to be heathen. All this universal fucking bullshit, it's nothing but bullshit. Why aren't we fucking marching in the streets? Everybody in every city and every town marching in the streets to these bases and demanding that our fucking Marines and our Army and our Navy and every single branch of the military be armed in their own land. Common sense tells me that the U.S. government, the communists occupying the White House right now, since Clinton, don't trust real Americans. Don't trust our Marines. They must have a guilty conscience. If I was in the military, I wouldn't care if they beat my fucking ass till I died. I wouldn't do a damn thing for them. Not under this president. Nothing. Because y'all need to stand up and say, I'll be damned if I'm going to let my brothers be murdered on our soil that we go overseas to fight for, whether it be for oil, for fucking heroin, or whatever the fuck y'all are doing over there. You need to stand up and say, no. More will we do a goddamn thing for you. We won't run your fucking military equipment. We won't fucking do shit. We will sit or we will stand with our backs to you until you arm us in our own country and the bullshit ends. And he tells the fucking Muslims, happy end of Ramadan. You want to be under that motherfucker? Let them bring the UN in. Let them. Because you guys know this. This isn't living. What we're going through right now is not living. And when I talk to somebody that lives on an army base and they don't know what the hell's going on here domestically, their internet's being filtered. They know about the Confederate flag and they're not happy about that. But I had to send her all the things that have been going on. I don't know how they feel now, because I haven't heard back. But when we're attacked on our own soil, regardless of whether that this person lived in the United States or not, he is an enemy. Anybody that gives excuses for what happened the other day is the enemy. Any representative that doesn't stand up and start knocking some communist teeth out and standing up for the people in this country and demanding that something be done is the enemy. Anybody that comes out and says they're going to take our flag down is not American. Anybody that stands up and declares that we take that American flag down is not American. Anyone that wants to take down Mount Rushmore, I don't care if you're fucking black, blue, green, I don't give a fuck what color you are. You stand there and you get the benefits of being American and you say that, you're not fucking American. You're the fucking enemy. And believe me, the way I'm speaking here right now is pretty fucking tame to the way I was speaking the other day. Yesterday. All I gotta say is I can't wait for shit to hit the fan. Never said that before, have I? I can't fucking wait.